The polishing, we all know we ran into those that takes you forever. And they scratch, you don't know why, and it's sometimes the majority of the reasons is contamination. So it's something to be mindful of, and just to make sure. And again, the equipment, being comfortable using your equipment. If you don't understand something, find out. You never know, that may be able to shave an hour off your time. You know, and if you really want to talk about polishing, I use this meter to polish. And a lot of people don't do that. I mean, when I polish, I know exactly that my facet is flat, and you can do the same on a dial indicator, on a BW indicator. It's just understanding the physics behind it and making sure that it's flat on the lap, and that will improve your time as well. Because if your facet is not flat on your lap, you're not going to get a uniform polish. And essentially what you're doing is you're rolling that polish in. You're cutting the stone with your polishing lap. You don't want to do that. So if it's not coming in pretty quick, you need to make sure that you're comfortable and familiar with that particular lap and how to set the machine and how to use it. Faceter has color-coded index wheels, and now on this particular one, or on the Easy 8, the first row of facets are on every red dot. So now that also makes it easy. So if when you're looking down, if you can't necessarily, I mean, I can't necessarily read the numbers even from back here, but I can know that's a red dot. And then I can go and I can hit that next red dot each time. Easy. And that's one of the benefits of a production machine. And then for the next mains, just yellow dots. So I can hit them with relative ease as well. And really, when teaching, and Faceter has a video that goes through and illustrates how to cut a standard round brilliant, which is what the color codes are for. They have red, yellow, and green dots. So you can literally facet by colors using the analogy of painting by colors on this particular machine. Or if you are a member of the club, before using a lap, if you get a new lap, before using a lap, see if you can't get somebody to demonstrate it. The last thing you want to do as a beginner faceter is to go out and buy a $300 ceramic lap and gouge it from the center all the way out. So, I mean, that's one of my biggest pieces of advice I could give you. Ask somebody to spend the time to look, because all it takes on most laps is a misindex, and you get that sharp edge to go down. And if you've ever seen, I was witnessing the first Corian mandrels for the OMF, and there was a misindex and it was a sharp facet, and it shaved it. I mean, it shaved it right down. So you got to be careful. No, I don't use, when I use super glue, it's a very, very little amount. What I'll do is I'll go around the outside of the dop, bring it down until it touches, and then I'll actually 10 minutes later go and add more. When using cyan or acrylate and using an accelerator, that accelerator stays active for 10 minutes. Now what you can do is when you put that little bit of a CA on that dop, I go ahead and I spray the stone. Now, spraying the stone with the accelerator is similar to what somebody mentioned earlier as far as using a shellac to strengthen the bond. Because what happens is when you push the stone into the dot with the CA and then you spray the accelerant, it can't get to the inside. But if the stone itself has the accelerant on it, and again, remember, it stays active for 10 minutes. Then you push it together, it's bonded to the stone. But now if you go and you try to build it back up or put another layer on within 10 minutes, it's not going to be a good layer, because as soon as that glue's coming out, it's hardening, because this has still got active accelerant on it. So, or even when you spray it and then try to build it up again, let it sit for 10 minutes at least. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't do my transfer was cut instead of heat, because you have to do it quick.